Hey guys, Zach here, and welcome back to Thursday Reviews. And today for Thursday Reviews, we have the Bandai Creations GMK King Ghidorah figure. Now, before I get on with this video, I just want to say that right now, I'm in an upset mood, mainly because there's a snowstorm going on outside my house right now. Just like right now, during this review, you might hear winds. Again, that's because of the snowstorm, and in case you guys don't know, I really hate snow. Nothing good comes out of snow. And before you tell me that snow days come out of snow, let me remind you. I stutter, I know. But let me remind you. The more snow days you have to make those snow days up during the summertime. Keep that in mind, but either way, let's get on with this review. Unfortunately, I don't have the box. I do have remains of the box from when I was a kid, and in the future I will definitely dig those up and show you, but as of now, I unfortunately don't have the box. But either way, let's take a look at the paint, and the paint looks really nice, but the more you think about it, there's barely any paint. Most of the body is just this gold color, which is how he was in GMK, which is, by the way, my second favorite Godzilla film of all time. My favorite Godzilla film of all time is Godzilla Final Wars. A lot of people hate that movie. I don't understand why, but either way, we're not here to talk about our favorite Godzilla movies. We're just here to talk about this figure that is very disappointing. I'll get to why in a second, but either way, just a lot of gold, and the head is the only place, or heads, that only have different colors besides gold. The eyes are painted red, the gums are pink, and the teeth are white. And yeah, that's basically it for the paint. Not much, but the paint still looks nice on this figure, so the paint gets a pass. Articulation is one of the weakest points of this figure. The wings can twist 360. And the tail can twist. It's on a swivel like most of the other not GMK, like most of the other Bandai Creations figures. By the way, don't twist this 360 because it might scuff up your figure, but either way, it's just on this weird like angle joint, which just looks really bad. And the only reason why this is there is just so they could fit it in the box. I don't understand why they would do that. It makes no sense. Well, actually it does to fit it in the box, but it's just really stupid. I mean, they could have cut a hole in the side of the box and, like, you know, like, the wing could be poking out and, like, the figure could just be, like, I don't know. I'm just saying that the articulation on this figure is terrible. So the articulation does not get a pass because it's just really, really bad. The sculpt on this figure is actually really good. Like, it's like the people at Bandai, they had a DVD player and they basically found a copy of GMK on DVD. They plugged that DVD into the DVD player, and then they skipped to the scene where King Ghidorah was on screen. And they just stuck their hand into the TV, grabbed King Ghidorah, and just made him into a 6-inch figure. Which looks really nice. Bandai does a really good job of making figures. Well, they make some really movie-accurate figures. Not just Godzilla, but like other kaiju movies and, you know, other things like Star Wars, Power Rangers. Is Power Rangers Japanese or is it American? I don't know, but either way, I don't like Power Rangers. I really don't. It's stupid. But enough opinions for this video, but either way, the sculpt of this figure, again, is really nice. As I said, it looks straight out of the movie, and the head sculpt for the heads look pretty goofy, especially the outer heads right here, but either way, the sculpt on this figure, not these figures. This figure has a nice sculpt. There we go. So the sculpt gets a pass. Detailing is really nice. Each individual scale is molded in, as you can tell, because this figure is nothing but scales. And spikes on the tail there, and more scales. More scales. Scales at the base of the wing right here. And the wing, I can understand why they did this, but the wings are really thick. I really don't like that, but I can understand why, because if they were thin, they'd probably break off easy. But then again, they might not, because this is made out of vinyl, and like it could just be like, not bendable, but like, I'm sure you know what I mean. But either way, more scales at the neck. And the head is detailed, well, the heads are detailed very nicely. Very nicely indeed. They just look really nice detailed. But either way, should you get this figure? No. Don't get this figure. This figure is definitely not worth your money. As far as I'm concerned, there are only two Bandai Creations GMK King Ghidorah figures. There's this one, and then there was one that was, well, it has a slightly different sculpt and different paint apps, but either way, it's somewhat the same figure. And, yeah. There are better King Ghidorah figures out there, but if you want a good GMK King Ghidorah figure, then go on eBay and find the Bandai GMK King Ghidorah. There's Bandai, and then there's Bandai Creations. We got most of the Bandai Creations, but in Japan, that's where all the Bandai figures are. But either way, go on eBay and find Bandai Creations King Ghidorah GMK on eBay. And it might be really expensive, because for one, it's from Japan, and those figures, as well as the Bandai Creation figures, are not cheap. They're kind of rare, but they're also not cheap at all. So if you have the money, then definitely go for those figures. Skip out on this figure, but again, this figure is expensive too. I just don't know the price. I remember looking at the price, but then I just moved on while I was in school one day. In school, whenever we go on computers, I like to go on eBay and just find, figures of the things I like and just buy them. Typical collector. But either way, all I know is that the price for this guy is expensive. But if you want to know how big this figure is, here he is next to Dr. Billy Grant. Alright. Now, that is it for today. Have a great rest of your week. See you in the next video. And all I know is that I'm going to have one hell of a time shoveling. Peace. Zach out.